Hello, people. Welcome to the week 2 of the Real League of Nations podcast. I keep wanting to say Grplgme podcast, but no, it's the Real League of Nations number 2, and we'll just jump straight into it. We've got Raw, which for me, I thought was better this week than SmackDown, but that's just me and my wicked wrestling ways. But where do we start on Raw?
I think you got to start with Goldberg.
We're going to have to start with Goldberg, aren't we? So, Steve, fire away.
Glad to see him. Okay, no. Right, glad to see him. I don't know. Goldberg's Goldberg. Will he stay after the Lesnar fight? There's rumors of him, but I don't know. I'm quite slightly looking forward to it. The promo did get me with though. The promo was unreal. I love that.
It was quite nostalgic as well. The entrance was just brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. What was it? Bob Backlund losing his brain.
There was Big E as well with the eye.
Yeah.
Probably giving it death behind him.
And yeah, I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. The promo got me hype.
Yeah. Caden, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty much the same way. The promo got me really hyped. I mean, it's pretty clear that Lesnar's going to win, which kind of, yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's still good to see him back.
That's just wrestling these days, though, isn't it? Everybody has to job to Brock Lesnar, and that's the only way that everything goes, so...
Pretty much.
But there was rumours of him coming back for another match at WrestleMania against Roman. And you said Rusev as well, didn't you, Steve? So
Yeah, I was hearing about Rusev, alright. To be honest, I'd prefer him to face Rusev than Roman. Just because he obviously wants a win, and I can't see them having Roman Reigns lose at WrestleMania. And
Yeah.
Rusev, he doesn't need the win, and it will build him, because a feud with Goldberg is bound to build you.
yeah, Rusev deserves a push now, really. I think after his United States title match at Hell in a Cell, I think he's proved himself to be a main eventer.
I'm sorry, but how amazing is Rusev?
Exactly.
The man is on his shit lately. That segment on Raw was amazing. And
Yeah,
I don't know how you could dislike that segment. It was out of this world.
I wasn't a fan of it.
Really?
Wow.
I just found it really stupid, like it was wasting my time.
Well,
Summed up Raw for me.
you're just a Sasha fanboy. Beagle.
There's the first one.
Yes, that actually brings us on to the next pick, which would have been Sasha and Charlotte inside Hell in a Cell, which for me, somebody's going to kill themselves.
Sasha's gonna die.
Yes, Sasha's probably going to die. I've got word, well, I heard that Sasha was bulking up for the match. Vince wanted her to bulk up. But I don't think that's going to do anything for her, really. I mean, Charlotte wanted to jump off the cell. She wanted to do a moonsault, which Vince shut down straight away, apparently. That's inevitably death. You're not going to survive that, are you? I mean, Shane O'Mac doing the elbow drop from there was big enough, and that was onto a table, but a moonsault, where initially you would have to land on your feet, it's going to break a few bones.
I don't know how they pulled that off either.
Yeah.
I mean,
You've got the Rikishi one. Was it against The Undertaker, where The Undertaker threw him off, but he landed on something with
sawdust it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, onto the truck.
And with Shane O'Mac's elbow drop, there was kind of beanie bags to soften the landing when the table imploded.
Was it?
If you didn't notice, yeah.
I
They
didn't
had
know
that
that.
underneath. So, I don't know. You couldn't pull off a moonsault. It's ridiculous.
I just don't think Sasha has the hand-eye coordination to catch her.
Yeah, yes, there's been moments where you'd think that Sasha had something covered, and then she really doesn't. The Hurricane Rana from the top rope, where she almost broke a neck. There's plenty of things. The suicide dives as well.
They need to stop.
Yeah.
Well, she did. She, in fairness, the last one on Charlotte was actually quite decent, but that's because she dives sideways instead of
Yeah.
trying to break her neck.
But in terms of the main, well, will it be the main event? I think WWE put out a poll. It was either last night or today, asking fans what they thought was the best match on the card. And Sasha and Charlotte got majority votes, so I'm guessing they're going to put that as the main event.
Mick Foley's already confirmed it.
Mick Foley confirmed it, didn't he? And then he went back on his word.
Yeah, he took back his word. Yeah,
You don't know
what
what's
that was
happening
all
with Mick
about.
Foley.
No.
But
Jesus.
for me, does it really need a main event? Giving them the Hell in a Cell match to begin with is sort of big enough. But
No,
think
I was
they're pushing
looking at
too much.
there was this page on Twitter that keeps complaining about this possibly being the main event, and his point was they're trying to push history instead of letting it go with the flow. They're trying to just make history right now because they want to make it. They don't want to just like let it go until a more special moment. They're just trying to push it so it can happen.
It makes sense because they don't need the main event. They've already got the Hell in a Cell match, which is the first ever women's Hell in a Cell. So that's history in itself. Now, they could go from that and build towards maybe a WrestleMania main event, which will definitely go down in history as one of the greatest women's matches of all time. But as you say, Caden, they're just trying to push it too hard. And I think, for me, it doesn't need the main event at Hell in a Cell. They need to build the Universal title.
Yeah.
Kevin v. Seth. But I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
It makes sense in one way and it doesn't in another. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
It's what's going to determine this match is not. I don't want it to be an absolute spot fest, which, being said, a lot of the women's matches have been. You need a good story being told if you're going to pull off a good match.
Yeah.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? I think the WWE don't know how to book a champion anymore, and they've put so much emphasis on this title match between Sasha and Charlotte that all the other titles just don't mean anything anymore. AJ's run on SmackDown has been awful. He's lost 2 matches to James Ellsworth, who came out as a jobber for Braun Strowman. That in itself says, no, you can't book a champion. You've got Roman, who's done absolutely nothing. He's had a 2 out of 10 run so far with that belt. You had The Miz absolutely ruining Dolph Ziggler week in, week out, and then they put the strap on Dolph, ruining Miz's momentum. I don't know if that was the right thing or the wrong thing, but I just don't think they can book a champion anymore, in all honesty.
What would be the last best booked champion?
Brock Lesnar. The whole beating Cena 16 suplexes. He's the only person.
But you couldn't call that a good run because he defended it how many times?
Defended it like twice.
Yeah. I don't know. It's been
a
very
far back.
long time.
Yeah. But in essence of what we were saying about the main event, we can move on to Kevin Owens and Jericho. Now, Caden, you have a lot to say about this, don't you?
I wouldn't say I have a lot to say, but I did bring up this topic that they're giving these little hints, these brilliant hints, that there's some dissension between the two, and it could lead to a future feud, possibly Survivor Series.
There was the whole talk of obviously having Jericho in the main event with them, the triple threat inside Hell in a Cell, but that never seemed to happen. I think that would have been a good a good addition, to be honest. But
Yeah.
because it obviously adds to the storyline of maybe Triple H will come back. Obviously, you're going to get the Rollins and Triple H feud, so give something for Kevin after this feud.
That's
me.
Jericho.
I think he's going to end up being Jericho.
Makes the most sense. Was I not reading before that when Finn had the title, the original plans of Hell in a Cell were that it was going to be him and Kevin Owens and Jericho anyway?
Yeah, I read that. But
Yeah,
that came out quite a while ago as well.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah. So it's shown they are long time booking, but just with a different person holding the belt, I suppose.
Yeah.
But Kevin Owens, Jericho, obviously that's going to be an amazing feud.
Yeah.
As to where it leads after that, the thing I don't like about this is there was the rumours of Kevin Owens facing Brock Lesnar, and the fact that they're having Lesnar, Goldberg possibly at Survivor Series, it doesn't spell good news for Kevin Owens. The funny thing is, everybody wanted Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar. Now that Kevin Owens has the title, nobody wants Kevin Owens versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, well, I think it's inevitably going to go on Brock, and that will probably be at the Rumble. But until then, I think Kevin could have a good run, and especially with the feud against Jericho, that will definitely put the title into high regards, and it's a watchable feud. It makes you want to watch Raw, which you haven't been wanting to do for the past few weeks because it has been dire.
Yeah.
I mean, I only tuned in last week because Goldberg was on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was for
much.
the majority of the viewers. I think they went up from 2.8 million or something to 3.3, and that was all because they advertised Goldberg.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of the problem.
Explain.
Well, if you gotta bring,
at that point,
bring in a 49-year-old to boost your ratings, you got a problem.
Yeah, true. So we got Strowman versus Sami Zayn.
Ah, poor Sami Zayn.
We have another jobber.
No. See, this is the problem. Everyone's jumped to conclusions saying, "Oh, he's going to job to Strowman. Strowman's going to bury him," which is a word that's thrown around way too much now. His whole gimmick is the underdog from the underground, and they're obviously building Strowman up. They wanted to give him someone. There was rumors that was Samoa Joe, but when's he going to be called up? I'd say the Rumble. Strowman needs to do something between now and then. Sami Zayn was doing nothing. You think Samoa Joe's coming up Survivor Series?
We'll talk about that some other time.
No, fair enough. But look, Strowman will inevitably win, and I think Sami will pick up one victory in that. But that's his whole gimmick. He's the underdog. He's going to bounce back from it. It's Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I will see Sami Zayn someday in the future. Not sure when, but I can see him holding the title. I can.
Yeah, I can see him with the strap. But inevitably, I think Sami... I've lost my train of thought. I don't know where it's gone.
He deserves so much more.
In a way, I think what Steve's trying to say is that Strowman can go over Zayn, but it doesn't necessarily...
Yeah, it won't damage Zayn.
Yeah.
In fairness, what is there to damage? To be honest, he's doing nothing.
Yeah. And it gives
it's not as if he's getting a major title push at the moment. He's not. I was expecting him to actually join the Cruiserweight division, if anything, which didn't happen, which I don't know why, because it's perfectly suited.
Yeah.
It's the same with
Between him
Neville.
and Neville. Yeah, exactly. Neville as well. But I don't know. Just it's the term. That term annoys me. Buried. It's thrown away around way too easy at the moment. And
We'll leave that term for John Cena and Triple H. Coming out with the shovels. Right. There was another topic that we was going to talk about, but I personally didn't see this on Raw. I don't think I was paying much attention to Bayley versus Dana, but Dana watched it. So I'm going to leave you two to talk about this.
Well, Steve, you elaborate on this more because you noticed it live.
yeah, See, this sucks because I did like Dana Brooke. I liked her in NXT, and she Breaking Ground, wasn't it? That was the name of the series.
Yeah.
That seeing wrestlers not in wrestling outside what they're like, it kind of makes me grow on them as a character. And I seen Dana Brooke, and she kind of grew on me. But god damn,
She's just not
she was called up way too early. In fairness, if she stayed down in NXT, what they need right now is a monster heel, and we'll get into that because there was a question asked. But she should have stayed down in NXT. The amount of spots she has bought just on Raw.
She missed the rope, and then when she was with Charlotte in the tag team match like a couple weeks ago, she completely just missed the tag.
Yeah, missed the tag. And there was another one. What was it? She was supposed to lean down to get a slap off Charlotte, and she wouldn't lean down, and it made Charlotte look like a twat because she slapped in her. And I don't know. Dana Brooke, she was just called up way too early. I don't know why whoever made that decision.
She's
just
strong.
Well, yeah, I suppose if you look at it that way. But yeah, she completely messed up that spot. What happened was she hit her off the post. She was supposed to throw her back into the ring, pin her, put her foot in the rope so it wasn't a clean pin. And of course, she couldn't reach the rope. And if you were watching it, you could notice as well because during the pin, she looked back to try put her foot in the rope. And the only thing is, with anyone else, it would have been fine. The ref, when he was counting, would have told Bailey to kick out. Bailey would have kicked out, and they'd do a different spot. But when it's Dana Brooke, they obviously didn't have the trust, and the ref just had to count 3. But she's going to get punished. She will get punished for it. And I think there is a squash match coming up between her and Bailey because they need to give Bailey some credible win at the moment. She is...
So I'm guessing with that match,
Bailey.
Bailey was actually supposed to win it, or do you think that maybe
Dana... No, Dana was supposed to win it, but she was supposed to put her foot in the ropes, so it gave Bailey an excuse as to why she lost.
I see.
Yeah.
But WWE to cover this, they posted a video on their YouTube later that night of Bailey being injured, and a lot of people reporting she's injured. No, she's not injured. They're just covering their asses for a botched spot.
Jesus.
Right, so Raw this week, what would you give it?
Honestly, like a 4 out of 10. I mean, Goldberg was the one good thing that I enjoyed. The rest of the show, just didn't care.
Steve?
I think Raw, it started off with a good segment.
Yeah.
And what I found hilarious is they gave Seth Rollins obviously the line of sparkle crotch. And the funny thing is, like, it just tells you how, like, Seth got away with saying that. But yeah, if you give that line to Roman, think of what backlash would hit.
Yeah.
That's just something I noticed. But
I remember this. I was sat there with my girlfriend watching it, and she specifically noticed that somebody had said "sparkle crotch" live on TV. This being wrestling, when you think of wrestling, outsiders will think, "Oh, why'd you watch that? It's fake, blah blah blah." But us as people, we think, "Oh, it's wrestling. It's that grungy show that we used to watch back in the 90s that used to be absolutely fucking brilliant." And now people are watching it and thinking, "Why the fuck are people saying sparkle crotch live on TV?" But like you say, if Roman said that, the crowd would have hated on it. But because Seth said it, that is the difference between those two. I mean, for me, I love Roman. I know Caden likes him. I know you like him, Steve. But the hate for Roman is just completely out of order. They just find new things each week to pick on him about because he can wrestle. I remember when
Roman, he's one of the best wrestlers in the company right now. If you don't believe me, look at his match with AJ.
Whoa. No, He's not one of the best wrestlers.
No, I was going to say he's a good worker.
He's a good worker. He's not a wrestler. That's two completely different things.
Okay, well there you go.
But yeah, well, anyway, as I was saying, Raw, yeah, it was sandwiched in between two good segments, one at the start, one at the end. The rest was just filler. I'd go 4, 5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably give it around the same. But for me, SmackDown this week didn't really live up to what it's lived up to in the past few weeks. I don't know why.
It's this Ellsworth crap.
Yeah, I think everybody was emphasising on that way too much. I mean, it's funny, but giving him a title match against AJ Styles, it just makes AJ look weak, especially with losing 2 matches to him. And this guy is the champion of the company. He's the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp. There was the no-chin music as well from James Ellsworth.
No, that was brilliant, though. I have to give that to them.
Yeah.
David Otunga really pulled one out of his ass this week. We might hate him all the time, but that no-chin music was brilliant.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're on SD Live now. We've run through that about AJ. I don't really want to go too far in depth about it because it really gets to me.
It's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah. But Caden, Kurt Hawkins, your favourite man. Talk about him. Tell me what happened. I'm going to allow you to speak about him.
Oh.
Man, I really wish I had his hair so I could do that. Face the facts.
Oh, gosh.
I can't wait for the comments on that.
No, I love it. His gimmick is, it's kind of bad that you gotta love it.
It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah,
exactly. You just gotta. You don't gotta like Kurt Hawkins, but you just gotta face the facts.
It's better than his first run, in fairness.
I really don't remember his first run.
Edgeheads.
He was in, Edgeheads. And
I know he was in the Edgeheads, but I really cannot remember it.
He was mainly just tag team, though, wasn't he, first run?
Yeah.
That was the time that they were going with the Edgeheads, and then they had...
He was a tag team
tag
champion.
team in the middle, didn't they? They had Jerry Show, and then the Legacy, was it? Randy Orton.
Yeah. Legacy, yeah. But, I don't see him lasting long.
I don't think
Kurt Hawkins for world champ.
There's been a lot of news surrounding that they are going to scrap the gimmick completely and just have him go with something different. But then again, if that doesn't work, he's not going to be there, is he?
No.
You only get a certain amount of chances. As you said before, with Breaking Ground, there was a huge part of that was dedicated to Tyler Breeze, and the fact that he'd had so many gimmicks and none of them ever worked for him, and then he managed to find the right one, and it was that last gimmick that he used with him.
Yeah, serious quote unquote.
If it didn't pull off for him, then it wouldn't have worked, and I think that's the way that maybe Kurt Hawkins will. Maybe that's the route that he'll go down.
Yeah.
Because I think they had Eva, didn't they, coming out with this whole let's get major heat gimmick, and she'd never wrestled. She just went to the ring and something would happen. I think that's the
Where's she gone, by the way?
I think she was filming a movie.
Yeah, she's filming a movie with Nicolas Cage, isn't she?
Oh, okay. So
what a
Which begs the question: if she does well in that, will she even come back to wrestling?
Man, I hope she does good.
Well, you're the only one, because I actually like Eva Marie. Unpopular opinion, but yeah, I do. She was trained by Brian Kendrick. How can you not like her?
Do you really want that answered?
Awkward silence. Right, we'll just leave it at that.
Just move on.
Right, so one of the...
No, hold on. I want to say one thing about Eva Marie, right? Set the scenario, right? WrestleMania. She gets a title shot. She wins the title. And just to piss off everyone, she pulls out the Divas Butterfly title and says, I'm not a woman's wrestler, I am a diva, and holds up the title with pride. Just think of the heat.
Oh,
you know what?
That'd be brilliant.
I think you should book that, yeah. I think you should bring that title.
Think of the heat.
Ian. Steve, I'm afraid we're going to lose you at Grplgme because I think you're going to get a booking job with the WWE.
Oh, God. Vince would only love it as well. I regret saying that. He's going to see this somehow, isn't he?
Hopefully. Maybe
you have Charlotte and Sasha wrestling, and then Becky and the likes, and then Eva Marie does that. Whew.
I'd happily have him advertising Grplgme podcasts on WWE Network every week.
Heck yeah, dude.
But I was going to leave the Brandy and Ray feud for our last point on SmackDown, because I want to talk about that quite in depth. So,
all right,
Carmella's promo. Mr. Caden, fire away.
I like this feud.
I think you're the only one.
Yeah, but it feels very personal, and especially after Carmella's promo, it just got me really
I would have
hooked.
liked it, but I told you, I think me and Steve were watching it live because you had work, didn't you? And I said to him, as soon as Nikki Bella came out, I said, Total Bella's promo. What did he do? Turned it into everything
you
about
actually
Total
did.
Bella.
In fairness to you, you actually did. You called that straight away. It's just like Total Bella's promo. I was like, what? She starts talking about Total Bella's. I was like, okay.
So that's what it is with Nikki. I think they emphasise the fact that she's Total Divas, Total Bella's too much. And they don't let her. I suppose that's what a character in shoes, though, really. She is a Kardashian of wrestling. And that's what she wants to do, so I'll leave her to it. I mean, I love Nikki. But
I love Carmella.
I don't like her as a person. Sort of.
Says the man who religiously watched Total Bellas. Oh.
Listen, you said before you watch Breaking Ground and you love seeing them outside of wrestling, so fuck you.
Yeah, but it's not Total Bellas, though, is it?
It keeps me going.
Keeps them going.
It brightens up, man.
Right.
I was going to say Wednesdays. I don't even know what day it comes out, but yeah.
Don't lie.
So I'm actually not lying. But yeah, we'll move on to Bray and Randy because Bray needs a push. We've said this last week. We'll say it every week until he actually wins that title. So from now on, we're going to have a Bray count. Every single week, we will fucking rage until they give that man a title of some sort. But Bray and Randy, what was it this week? It was Bray and Luke versus Randy and Kane again. But Bray came out in a coffin, didn't he? Which I think is going to lead to, what did he call it in WWE? A casket match.
Casket match, yeah. The only thing is, when are they going to hold this casket match? Because
Survivor
would
Series
they not
needs
need
top
them
stars.
for? Yeah, would they not need them for the tag team matches?
See, there's so many questions about Survivor Series right now.
We
How's
are
it
actually
gonna
going to
work?
work, aren't we? In fact, I've not put.
What I would like to see is Luke and Bray on one team and then Strowman on the other. That would be interesting.
That would be interesting, yeah. But I think Bray, for me, I think he is the most complete character in the WWE. Even as a heel. But you wouldn't like to see Bray as a face, and there has been a lot of talk about that. But for me, Randy doesn't need a win.
He's very much I've heard a lot of people call him a tweener because he's not exactly heel and he's not exactly face.
I suppose he has got that in between ground. It's like Brock Lesnar. At one point you think, oh, he's a face, but then you think he's a heel.
Yeah, then you listen to the crowd reaction and it's like the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And they're like, where do I stand on this? But yeah, Bray. If I'm being 100% honest, I don't see him winning the title for, I'd say, at least a year.
Definitely, yeah.
He has been quite vocal recently. Obviously, he was on Talking Smack. They said they wanted the opportunity, him and Luke. He's been on Twitter saying he wants his title shots. He said that he will be the man to take the title off AJ, which I'd happily have. But like you say, I don't think it's going to happen for a while. I think they've got other plans. And with Vince being high on Randy. Shut up, Steve. You're putting me off. Stop.
It's not happened. Just
Why are you not wearing the Cena shirt?
because
You're just
I don't even know where
repping
it's gone.
Compton at the moment.
Look, here's Seth Rollins for you.
Fair play. I'll give you that.
But yeah, okay. I don't know. This casket match, is it going to be Bray and Randy, or is it going to be a tag team casket match? Because
I
do
don't
we
think they can
really
really-
need to see Kane? Do
We
we?
don't.
I don't know why Kane is involved anyway.
I think they've done it because he's not doing anything, and they thought, oh, do you know what? He's not. He's sat there doing nothing. Let's bring somebody into this feud that doesn't need to be there necessarily. But I think with the fact that Luke Harper's come back, they've thought maybe it will be a tag team type of thing.
I think, actually, just thinking out now logically, I'd say the casket match is going to be soon because they're airing SmackDown. Halloween drops on a Monday this year, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I presume they're going to have the casket match the Tuesday, which is the day after Halloween. It would make sense, I suppose.
I had this nice idea that maybe I would accept the fact that Randy, who doesn't need a win over Bray at all, would beat Bray in the casket match, and then possibly Bray come back as a dead man and just absolutely run riot throughout the division.
So basically, the Undertaker.
Yeah, well, that's what they originally went for him, didn't they? When he first came out, they said this guy's like the Undertaker, and then he loses at WrestleMania to the Undertaker, and they'd never heard of it since.
Oh, that was a devastating loss to take, alright.
It was because he'd lost the previous year to Brock.
Yeah, so what did it matter?
Exactly. And Undertaker, we all know how established he is. We all know how loved he is. Did he need that win? That would have pushed Bray into stardom. That would have been.
Yeah, that definitely would have, but
They didn't capitalise on it, did they?
no.
So, ratings this week for SmackDown, I'm going to give it I'm going to be harsh and give it a 4 out of 5.
Do you mean 4 out of 5 or 4 out of 10?
Okay, 4 out of 10, yeah. 4 or 5 out of 10.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10 just because of Kurt Hawkins.
What Kurt Hawkins doing absolutely nothing deserves a 7.
Oh my god.
He swung his cane at Apollo. Like, that's great.
Well, the pimp cane is back,
Heck yeah.
Steve.
Oh my god, I could just imagine him giving Kurt Hawkins a Godfather gimmick. Oh. No, but I don't know. I didn't really enjoy any bit of programming this week. I'm gonna give it another 5 again. Simple as.
Reasonable. So we'll move on to NXT, and one thing that we did really want to talk about was Sanity. Caden, you wrote an article on him. I think everybody knows who Eric Young is. If you've not, or if you don't, sorry, have you watched enough wrestling in the past few years? Question yourself. Sawyer Fulton, who's the other guy?
Alexander Wolf.
Alexander Wolf.
I'm sorry, but that like creeps the shit out of me.
Nikki
He
Cross
looks
as
scary.
Exactly.
well. I think that's why it works. Two big men. Eric Young leading the line, and Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross went absolutely insane on
Yeah, I
whoever she
actually
was.
saw that. That was quite.
That's
It was
character
something.
development at its finest.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. But whoa, she went ham.
She did. But I'm excited to see what they can do. I think maybe last week I was a bit pushing them a bit too much, saying that they'll be on the main roster sooner rather than later. I think I'd enjoy them more seeing them on NXT for a while.
Just have them wreck
Run
everything on
riot,
NXT.
yeah. I think the entrance, the characters, it's got everything it needs to be a big stable.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say Shield. I'm not going to say Wyatt's or anything like that, but I think they will
No,
be
they're
huge.
not. Don't compare them to anything. Sanity are the new sanity.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
We also had Shinsuke versus Joe. Now, it's getting quite a good build for the Toronto match.
I'm really enjoying it.
if I'm not mistaken, they have a steel cage match soon, don't they?
Yeah, is that not in a house show that's happening?
Yeah, it's a house show.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
But a lot of good things seem to happen at NXT house shows.
Yeah, well, we all saw that Finn dropped the title that time.
Yeah.
God, that was big news at the time. No one expected that.
Yeah.
But I saw someone on Twitter who said this feud has had no build. Are they watching?
Did you call him out?
No, I didn't. But are they watching? This has been amazing.
Yeah.
Samoa Joe's character has gone from down here to just up here.
Yeah.
The man is amazing. Oh, I'd love to see Samoa Joe come onto the main roster and just do what he's doing. Just come out every week and beat the shit out of everyone and demand title shots.
I mean, I've said it for weeks. If you go on our Twitter page and just type in the hashtag WWE NXT with our app, every single week for the past 6 weeks, I've said Samoa Joe is the hottest heel in the business. Never mind NXT WWE. I think he's the best heel in the world right now. I think that man could fuck. I have no words for him. He's insane. And I think he has solely because Shinsuke can't speak a word of English, really, can he? I mean, he is getting better. But
he's getting much better, actually. That promo
yeah.
that he cut on NXT was actually quite impressive for how long he's been in England.
And Joe.
Or England? America. Whoa.
Joe is just insane. I have no. Every time I come to speak of Joe, I have no words because. Blank again, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that match. And I hope they film that steel cage match so we get to watch it.
Can we talk about the Patrick Clark experience?
Oh my god. Somebody had to bring it up, though. Right, so did any of you watch Tough Enough?
Yeah, I know it's weird seeing, because he was such kind of a tough guy, and now he's playing this character.
Is he gay?
It might be.
I did not think that he would be gay, but his character seems to be very gay.
Because there were the rumors that WWE were implementing LGBT characters soon. He might be the first one.
So I don't know if they're implementing these people, but would they put a straight guy in a gay gimmick? Because I am convinced that he's not gay after what I've seen of him on Tough Enough and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think if you're willing to go for it, I think they'll make you go for it.
I'm sorry, but is that not highly offensive anyway?
It really is.
You're pushing a guy to be gay just because he's gay.
Here's the thing. When I read the rumors about them possibly doing this, I thought, okay, that's good, that's cool. But at the same time, they don't know how to do that properly.
That's the thing. How are you going to do it without being offensive?
Exactly.
First of all, this shouldn't have been mentioned because it's not something that you want to point out. Oh, he's gay. Okay. What? It's just supposed to happen naturally. It's something. It's a way of life. The way they're talking about it, they feel like they're going to make some lad gay or bring in a gay lad just because he's gay. I don't know.
It reminds me of, if y'all even remember this, Orlando Jordan in TNA.
I remember Orlando Jordan, but not in TNA.
Okay, well, because he's bi in real life, and they implemented that into his character in TNA, but he would just highly offensive, just harassing the male talent. He came out one week and started just
rubbing
lotion all over himself.
Okay.
Yeah, TNA didn't know how to do it.
I don't think WWE, right? TNA give creative freedom, WWE don't. So you've got people like Matt Hardy who's completely excelled. But I don't think the WWE
They don't know how to do it.
ever be able to put a gay character over.
two that who outside of Matt Hardy has blown up due to their own creative control?
Are we talking recent or?
Well, anytime. Is there a list of, say, 5?
I mean,
Hulk Hogan, NWO.
That wasn't TNA.
Are we talking just TNA? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Other than that, there's...
Other than Matt, that's it.
I mean, creative-wise, not much.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's all good having your own character, but if you can't do anything with it. Of course, Matt Hardy did something with it because Matt Hardy has the wrestling knowledge to know what to do. But, I don't know. Just something to think about. But, yeah.
Right, so I tell you what, we was going to talk about the women's division in NXT, but we actually got a question, and it was from... Wait, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. It was from Keshawn Webley on Twitter. He said, thoughts on the women's division in NXT?
It's pretty shit.
I'm looking at a photo of it right now as we speak, and I'd just say it's completely flat. You've got Asuka,
I mean, you got
Ember Moon.
the fact that you have to bring in Mickie James to face Asuka kind of shows how weak the division is.
Yeah. They're not... I think they're pushing a lot of emphasis on Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. But other than that, there is nobody at all.
That's the thing. NXT is there to build characters up.
It is, yeah, and you're
It is
right on that.
developmental. Like, of course, I'm not saying that the division is amazing or anything, but they do have Asuka. As I said, they should have kept Dana Brooke down there because they do need a monster heel right now to take on people. They had Nia Jax. They had even Dana Brooke. They had Emma. All of them are gone. Who do they have now that's a monster heel? They have two faces. They have Asuka. They have Ember Moon that are out of this world, but they're obviously building up the likes of Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Liv Morgan as well. I don't see the appeal in Liv Morgan other than she's good looking, to be honest.
I think that's what it is. I think she's good looking. She had that match against Asuka, and I think, in all honesty, if you want to build your characters and your gimmicks, whatever, I think they've got to face the top woman in that division and work with her, and she can help them. But
this is the problem. Asuka can't help anyone because she can't take L's.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe behind the scenes a bit of work there, but we obviously don't know what goes on there anyway. So for all we know,
I'm sure behind the scenes it is, but as a viewer, you want to see them win to build their character up. But if they're coming up against Asuka, whose record is 140 something to 3, they're not exactly going to be built very high against her, are they? This is exactly why they have her facing Mickie James, because there's no one else at the moment to face her.
Yeah.
So to answer the question on that, I'd say, from my personal point of view, I'd say it's not very good, but I am excited to see what goes on, because as Steve said, and as we all know, this is developmental after all. You can't expect them to be world beaters straight away.
Yeah.
You have to build a division. Now, the men's is sort of built already, but that's because they're bringing in already established talent.
Yeah.
And the women's haven't. I think they've brought in Ember Moon, but not so much.
They're all just, what's the word, like homegrown? Not very...
Yeah, like, I am very excited about it, and I'm excited as to what they can do with these women, because of course they have built women up before and they can do it. It's in the hands of Triple H, which I 100% trust when it comes to women's wrestling. He knows what to do, and I want to see the likes of Billy Kay and Liv Morgan, these are two that they're trying to build up as far as I know. My NXT knowledge is a bit shady at the moment because I haven't seen in a while, but the likes of Billy Kay, they have to build up, definitely.
Well, there's one thing that you really need to know about Billy Kay, and that is that she has the most disgusting shoulders I've ever seen.
Yeah, you keep saying that, but that's something I haven't noticed.
Well, just look at it.
Billy Kay, which Liv Morgan is the one who has the flower for the gimmick?
Peyton
Is
Royce.
that Peyton
Oh,
Royce?
hold on.
No. We have lost Oliver.
God damn it, Ollie.
Right. Anyway, as I was saying about Peyton Royce, there's building up these characters, and one I don't get is Peyton Royce. What is the whole gimmick with her?
Flowers.
Flowers, yeah. That's
It's
all
literally all
It's
I've
obvious.
noticed is her flower. Billy Kay, what does she have to her character?
Shoulders.
This is the problem, you see. They're having a tough time building up the characters of these women. Like, the likes of, look back, I don't like to compare it to that, but compared to the four horsewomen, as they call them, they all pretty much had their own characters, and very good characters at that. Of course, Sasha Banks has the boss, Charlotte is a flair, Becky started out with the worst gimmick I've seen in my life, and I hope they deleted all them episodes off the network, to be honest. That was by far the most offensive gimmick to any Irish person ever. She came out Irish dancing. Oh, what is this? No one even Irish dances anymore. But
Did you see that thing the other day that somebody posted where it was all the Rosebuds and Becky Lynch was a part of the Rosebuds
Oh,
when
yeah.
she first came out?
yeah, sure.
was
Braun
cool.
Strowman used to be part of the
Braun
Rosebuds
Strowman,
as well.
Simon Scott, Elias Sampson.
It's what a fun time that must have been.
Touchy subject.
Actually, that's another thing. Is Adam Rose coming back?
Yeah, good point. He did tweet the other day and he hashtagged WWE at the end of it and he said something
Yeah.
big is coming.
He said hashtag Adam Rose. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said party with Adam Rose or something. Hashtag WWE. And does anyone care?
Well, why
I
would you
do.
bring him back? I don't get it.
I like Adam
Of course you
Rose.
do. Of course you do.
Right, but
I'm gonna
anyway,
start this campaign. Hashtag justice for jobbers.
Yes. Hold
he's
on.
not going to do anything if he comes back, though, is he?
No, that's what I'm saying. It's going to be the exact same thing as the first time. Oh my god, if they bring back that bunny, I will not watch. I will refuse to watch. That was by far the most embarrassing thing to watch as a wrestling fan ever.
He specifically hashtagged party with Adam Rose, so it's clearly that gimmick again.
That's it, yeah. But that's the problem. If he starts humping bunnies again, oh no. Oh.
Justice for jobbers. Let's start this.
Oh.
Right, so we're going to move on. Do we really want to speak about Paige and Del Rio?
No, move on.
No.
No, right, forget that then. Shawn Michaels, AJ Styles, Royal Rumble, will it happen? Why? No, get it off, Steve.
Oh, God. But anyway, you were saying.
Well, yeah.
Shawn Michaels and AJ, will it happen at the Rumble?
No.
No. Nope, it
No,
won't.
I think it will.
But the fact that it is rumored and we were right.
Fuck Caden, yeah. We did say this. We always get an incredible amount of hate when we post something.
God.
And people are always saying that we're lying and we're making up stories just to get views, whatever. We're not. AJ Styles
AJ
himself
confirmed it himself.
responds. We don't
I'm
just
sorry,
put
yeah.
out news for the sake of putting out news. We're not going to do that at the end of the day. We're not here for the followers, the likes, whatever it may be. We're here because we're wrestling fans and we enjoy wrestling. That's what we do.
Yep.
So we're going to put out news that comes out, whether it's true or not. As we said last week, plans change. So if you are going to hate on our videos or any of our tweets, Take that. Simple as that.
Yeah, but I love being right, so that was
It's great.
perfectly
It's
fine
great.
with me.
It's great.
But anyway, getting back to the point, will it happen? No. Do I want it to happen? Yes and no.
I would love to see it happen, but I want Michaels to stay retired.
It is
This
a
is the
dream
problem.
match.
It's not prime Michaels. Everyone,
Yeah.
when they talk about these dream matches, you're thinking of prime Michaels. This is just Shawn Michaels. It's all 50s. He possibly is still fit. God only knows.
That was the point we were going to make as well. Would he still be fit?
Yeah.
Hunting
I mean,
here for so long.
he looked fit at WrestleMania. Like, really, really good.
The fact that he came out in ring gear at WrestleMania had me going.
Yeah.
But even then, what did he even do? Hit one sweet chin music?
Yeah, that was it. But
It's different to a 15-minute match with AJ Styles.
I
AJ
suppose
Styles
you've got
can
to-
carry who he wants in the ring, but there's no way he'd be able to carry someone who hasn't wrestled in that many years and is that old. I don't know.
I suppose.
I think it's more a matchup you need to keep for 2K17 than see in real life.
Yeah.
You have got a point, I think. We would have liked to have seen it had the WWE signed AJ back in the day, but then AJ, would he have been as good as he is now back then?
Yeah.
So it's not, the timelines don't match really, do they?
No, they don't.
Speaking of WrestleMania, we was going to talk about the Cruiserweight ladder match that we posted on Twitter the other day. Apparently they're talking about replacing the Intercontinental title ladder match, which has seemed to become a tradition at WrestleMania, with a Cruiserweight ladder match, which for me makes more sense, because who the fuck would not want to see a Cruiserweight ladder match?
Exactly.
That would happen at WrestleMania, and we was going to talk about who we wanted in it. So, picture this. Go on. Picture this. You got 6 cruiserweights. You got TJP, Cedric Alexander.
What?
Brian Kendrick.
What?
Who are some other cruiserweights?
The ass. How can you
I know.
forget the ass?
I was saving him for last.
Okay. I'll let you away with that one. The only thing is, I'd like to see them bring back. I know it sounds stupid because I talked out many times about bringing back nostalgic acts just for that, but it is WrestleMania. Who would be a nostalgic cruiserweight that they could bring back that could still do it in a ladder match?
Rey Mysterio.
Hornswoggle.
Yes. Okay. Oh God. We have another WLC, but yeah, Rey Mysterio. Yeah, suppose so. Why not?
There is talk of him coming back.
There's been that for years, though, hasn't there?
I think it was because the Cruiserweight division has now come out. There was strong rumours of him coming back. Whether it will happen, we don't know. Where is he now? Is he still in Lucha Underground?
Yeah. I believe so.
Is it El Rey? Is he still murdering people?
Yeah, so another 6. How many did you name out, Caden? You named 4. Say 5th is Rey Mysterio, and 6th, I don't know, we've Brian Kendrick, TJP, Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, and I suppose you need a monster heel in there, so Drew Gulak.
Ugh. All right, fine.
Whoa.
I'm not.
Wasn't a very good reaction.
I'm not a fan of Gulag. I don't.
I'm not myself, but you can't have a 6-man ladder match filled with faces.
Yeah.
It just
But
doesn't work.
just picture the scenes when Tony Nese
Gets his ass out live on TV.
grabs that belt, pulls it
Oh, yeah.
down.
The best ass in wrestling by far, Mr.
He's
Tony
up on
Nese.
top of the ladder and the camera's just zooming in. But
I'd be game for that. I mean, Cedric Alexander, I'd love for him to win the title at WrestleMania. He's by far my favourite cruiserweight.
Yeah.
He's like my dad.
personally,
He's my
I love TJ Perkins. I've always liked him, but There's something about his title run that I don't know. I can't get into it.
Yeah.
I really, really like TJ Perkins, but I just can't get into his title.
Brian
I
Kendrick
think,
is really
yeah,
taking the shine
they
away from it.
need to put it on Brian Kendrick. Simple as.
Yeah.
I think it's great that he had his moment and that he can say he was the first new cruiserweight champion, but I don't know. They seem very on and off with him. Apparently, he did get heat backstage for acting like, which is the most asshole thing I've ever heard, for acting like being the only person in wrestling who was pouring hummus. Because if that's true, then some of those officials backstage need to sort their life out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. They need to. I I'd rather see him chasing it than holding it at the moment. And
Yeah.
Brian Kendrick is perfectly fit for winning that right now.
I think that is the best way for it, really. I think Brian Kendrick has really outshined TJ. TJ's promos have been dire. You see him come out to the ring, and obviously he's a fantastic in-ring performer, but like you said, this reign just doesn't seem right. Is that
No.
WWE booking the champions wrong again? Blah de blah. But yeah, give it Brian. I think he wins
I
it.
love TJ Perkins' entrance though.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
When does
It's
he
what
stop the
Xavier
dab
was
though?
with
Is
a
the dab
dream.
not a bit dead, to be honest? I thought he wouldn't. I thought he would have stopped that, to be honest.
Can we all just dab
No,
now,
but-
quick?
But yeah, I don't know. Brian Kendrick needs it, and Cedric Alexander needs to take it off Brian Kendrick then.
And then
Simple
Tony
as.
needs to take it out Cedric.
I think we have just booked to the cruiserweight division for the next 6 months.
Bam.
Yes, listen to us.
Right, but moving on from that, we was going to talk about the Women's Cruiserweight Classic, which has a name, apparently. The Women's
Taylor
World Classic.
Hendricks, if she does not win it or enter it or be there, I will be extremely mad.
I love you, Steve.
Simple as, I have one name and it's Taylor Hendricks or Candice LeRae.
Candice LeRae.
If that's not the final, then I'm not interested, to be honest.
It's supposed to happen in January or February of next year, which I think is a bit too
To
soon.
be honest, I could see Candice LeRae winning it and being signed because, of course, you do have Johnny Gargano
Mr.
with the
Gargano
company.
himself.
So, I could
But
see
we wasn't
that
going to
happening.
spend too much time on that anyway because we don't know too much about it.
Yeah.
And as we've already
So
said,
sad.
we don't lie to our viewers. We don't lie to our tweeters. So, we'll move on.
Tweeters.
The last one we was going to talk about was Hell in a Cell. We were going to run through the card, but I don't have a card in front of me. I can get one actually.
Yes, Ollie.
Well prepared,
Prepared and
boys.
official.
Well
Can I
prepared.
say one thing about Hell in a Cell? God, are they murdering the mean in a Hell in a Cell with 3 in one night?
Definitely. Definitely.
I don't know. It's a bit overkill, and
It's
I think
because
they need to stop these gimmicked pay-per-views. They just need to stop them.
They do, definitely. I mean, I don't really have too much to say in it because I've said this for a while. The whole gimmick pay-per-view thing just doesn't work in 2016.
Another problem I have with this pay-per-view is you have 3 Hell in a Cell matches, right? 1, Roman and Rusev. It's obviously going to be 2 powerhouses. They're going to put on a show. It's not going to be more spots. They're just going to beat the living shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Fair enough. The women's one, as I said, I don't want it to be a spot fest, which I feel they will do that anyway. I want to tell a story. I want to be invested in it. But I can see him making a spot fest. And last, Seth versus Kevin, which I feel personally that Seth, if he finds out the Divas do want to do something, or Divas, whoa, the women do want to do something, that sorry, that if they do want to do something crazy, that he's not going to want to miss out. And lately he's been diving off everything he can dive off
Yeah.
to sell.
Right, so I've got the card here, and we're going to run through it quickly because I don't want to spend too much time on it. With it being a gimmick pay-per-view, I don't really want to talk about it that much. and I'm not too excited about many of the matches, in all honesty. So I'll just run through them. You shout your answers, and we'll move on. Okay. So we've got Rusev and Roman for the United States title. I'm saying Roman.
Not even going to answer that.
Yeah, exactly. Charlotte v Sasha Banks, women's title.
Sasha. It's in her hometown.
Charlotte, please.
Charlotte, please.
How heel would it be if she just bet Sasha in her hometown? Yes, please.
I mean, I want a Charlotte 3-time.
Yeah, I'm saying Sasha unless she kills herself.
She might not be at
That's what I'm saying. I want it to be Charlotte, but it's going to be Sasha.
Yeah, it will be Sasha. Seth Rollins versus Kevin Owens. It's just another obvious.
KO.
They're not really building
with an interference from Jericho.
Yeah.
And maybe Triple H.
Cesaro and Sheamus versus the New Day. Another completely obvious one.
New Day. Cesaro and Sheamus will win this Monday.
See, I don't think they will because they're still trying to beat Demolition.
No, they have to win this Monday. It's typical 50-50 booking. They're going to win this Monday.
Yeah.
And then New Day are obviously how long? New Day, how long's the record? 450 something, is it?
No, it was 420 on Monday, meaning it would be 426 today.
No, I mean, what is the actual record?
I believe it's
600 odd days.
What? No, it's not 600. It's 400 and something because they are about a month away, as far as I know.
I think it's like 470 something.
Because I googled it the other day and it came up with Demolition. Now I couldn't find singular tag reigns, and it only came up with 600 and odd days. But that was dual.
They keep throwing around that it's 400 and something anyway, and New Day is going to break it. Do they deserve to break it? Don't see why not. I quite enjoyed them most of the time.
I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the whole thing, but it is time for a change now.
It is, but I want to see them break the record. They break the record, and who they put on after that? How long are they going to have Cesaro and Sheamus together?
Well, I'm hoping, if our Survivor Series stories is right, that Cesaro gets to go to SmackDown.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Right, so after that, TJP versus Brian Kendrick.
Kendrick,
definitely. They're expected to add Enzo and Cass v the Club.
Yes.
I'd say.
Oh, to bury me, bro.
Yeah. The Club are being buried there.
The one move of doom. Oh, God, Carl Anderson. Oh, no.
Speak, Caden, speak.
Do you give it to Enzo and Cass?
He's thrown his... Look at him, he's thrown his...
You do give it to him because the club will always lose. Okay? That's just how it's going to be.
Right, okay.
Move on.
Bailey v. Dana.
No, oh, yes. This is what I'm saying. This is going to be the backlash for Dana's mistake. Bailey is going to crush Dana Brooke at the pay-per-view. I'm telling you, it's going to be a squash match, and that's going to be punishment for messing the spot up and messing the plans up.
I'd agree. Caden?
I presume that's going to be the squash match.
I agree.
Bo Dallas versus Curtis Axel.
Oh, that's a match? What?
It's on the expected to be added, but if you look at the build, I'd say it would be added pre-show.
Oh, God.
Do we have to talk about it?
Just say a winner, then we can move on.
No.
Bo
Dallas, obviously they're building Bo Dallas.
It's Bo now. I don't know why.
And then the last.
Are they going to have Strowman Zayn?
Yeah,
or that's going to be the last one, is it? All right, okay.
Strowman.
You know, honestly, I'm going to say Zayn first. I think Zayn will pick up the first win against them.
Yeah, fair play. Right, well, I was going to say, Caden, I've got a job for you, and I'm going to say it live on the podcast. You're going to put out these predictions so that everybody can compare on our WordPress.
Okay, yeah, that was the plan.
The boss has spoken.
All right.
Right, so we do have a couple of questions to answer.
A couple?
We actually have a couple this week, rather than
More
just the
than
one.
Wow.
We are right. Does anyone on the roster boost ratings for big events from a scene apart from a Cena/Brock? And who should main event WrestleMania? That's from Jadzy_Styles05.
I'm sorry, what was he asking?
Well,
does anyone on the roster boost ratings for big events apart from Cena and Brock? And who should main event WrestleMania? So that's two in one. I don't think anybody does boost ratings as much as
I don't think
Cena and
so.
Brock. I don't think Cena's a big draw in this day and age either. I don't think people will tune into a pay-per-view just to watch Cena.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're not in the era of really like draws, though, are you? Like, I don't know. That's a bit of a stupid thing to say, but no, I don't think anyone on the roster necessarily draws in new kind of viewers.
Yeah, I think if
You
you're a
could bring
wrestling
in-
fan, you watch wrestling, don't you?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless, like, you could say people like John Cena could draw on views because everything he does outside the company, but
Yeah.
realistically, who's buying pay-per-views if you're not a wrestling fan just to watch John Cena?
I have seen a lot of talk from MMA promotions or things on Facebook and stuff saying that they're excited for Brock v Goldberg, and that for me, it's always them that always slate wrestling. But as soon as Brock gets in a match that they may end up taking a bit of interest in, they seem to jump on it.
That's why I hate Brock.
This is another thing. If you're going to talk about draws, Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Biggest gate in UFC history. Will we see him against Roman Reigns?
Oh, God. They're even trying to make Roman look strong on their website. They just need to stop.
We will not go into that because we'll be here for hours, but we've got who should main event WrestleMania?
That's a hard one.
Because you can pick two, really, can't you? You've got two people to face each other. So I'm guessing Steve thinks.
I feel like Cena. If he's gonna win the 16th world title, why not it be a WrestleMania in the main event?
I have two answers to this. I have who I want and who I think. Who I think is going to be Cena. There's talk from Face and Taker, but that's not going to happen, is it?
Well, he's put who should main event WrestleMania.
Who should? Okay, well, I'm going to say who I want anyway. I want AJ Styles as the champion, and I want Finn Balor as the Universal Champion, and I want champion versus champion at WrestleMania.
Wait,
Do you know what? You took the words right out of my mouth. I would agree with that.
That's who I want. But who I think it's going to be for... Now, this is the thing. Who main events? The Universal title or the WWE title?
Exactly.
Surely
won't
it's
go
got to
into
be the Universal title. But that's... You need to know this. Answer the question.
Yeah, true.
Personally, I think it's going to be the Universal title. No. Oh, that's the problem.
So, right.
If it's going to be Cena 16, then it's going to be the WWE title. It's going to be Cena, and it's going to be Styles.
Yeah.
I think that's all three of our answers, really.
Mm.
So, what other question did we get? Because we got two this week, remember? We got two.
We're moving up.
Well, I asked
Who is
Duff
your
to send in one, and he just no-sold me.
Yeah. Right, last question of the day comes from @MeetMyDemon. And he says, we are eagerly awaiting for someone to finally beat Brock. Who is your pick from the current roster? Now, do we pick that as a whole, including NXT? Because I have my pick.
Straight away, you've answered it by saying including NXT.
Yeah.
It's
you did.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
See, I want Samoa Joe, but Nakamura.
Credible. They've already faced each other in New Japan.
They have
Go
a
with
bit
that.
of history to go off then.
Yeah.
And to build Nakamura, if this is what they want to do, I'm going to say Nakamura.
For me,
Personally.
I'd say I've got a few picks. I've got Cesaro, KO, Samoa Joe, and no, I think that'd be it really. I'd like all three of them to be in, but for me, it has to be Samoa Joe.
Cesaro's never beaten Lesnar. Being
Not
realistic.
as he is now.
Kevin Owens is more than likely going to be fed to Lesnar.
Yeah. I'm with
Caden.
Ollie on this one, and I think Samoa Joe will be the first one to beat Lesnar.
Yeah.
It just
I
makes
hope so.
sense.
And I hope
It makes sense.
it is soon because I'm sick of this Brock Lesnar 16 suplexes, F5 repeat.
No, this is another thing at WrestleMania. It's rumored Lesnar versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah. Which is
Thoughts?
a match that I am never going to be invested in. And they're going
No.
off the fact that, was it Backlash or No Mercy? That was SummerSlam.
SummerSlam, yeah.
That he F5'd Shane McMahon. Who cares? Shit happens. He F5 Michael Cole and you're not going to put him in a match with Michael Cole. At the end of the day, it just makes zero sense. And
See, this is another thing. This is why I think Goldberg could win at Survivor Series if Shane McMahon interferes.
That would be nice. I would like to see Goldberg beat him though as well. Yeah. But I'd like to see it happen clean, which is never going to happen. But
see, this is the two scenarios I'm coming up with for Goldberg. Either he loses to Lesnar and has another fight. I know he said you're last, but I personally think he will go for WrestleMania as well. I think he's going to lose to Lesnar, and he'll want his son to see him win. And I think it's going to be Rusev then.
Rock doesn't give a shit about your kids.
Oh, now on the other side he beats Lesnar due to Shane McMahon. Then he goes on to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Because then he can lose at Mania.
Yeah.
Will he be inducted this year?
That's what it was. Doink the Clown, DDP, a Goldberg that have been rumored so far.
Doink the Clown.
Yeah.
There's like 10 of them.
Oh.
Which one do you induct?
Was there actually like 10 of them?
There's been many people who played the character.
I think the one guy that they were looking at was the one that died.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that was. I never really.
Don't forget actually sent the question in. Check the Twitter. He sent the question in. But yeah, that's the way I see it going. Lesnar. There's no interest in Lesnar at the moment, especially if he's going to be based on Shane McMahon. That's who in their right mind would be interested in that match?
No.
You thought the match with Ambrose was bad?
You've got all these stands though, haven't you? You've got the Melina stand that seems to love us. He probably love that. There are some very retarded wrestling fans. I'm not going to name any names, but there are. And that's just how it goes. But
yep.
I guess we'll call that a week.
Oh, you're going to sandbag his question?
Yeah, you're just going
to no-sell his question.
What is the question?
Oh, he's not going to be happy with that. I don't know, he sent it to us on Twitter. Hold on, I'll try to find out. You're not logged into Twitter now?
Yeah. What question? Did they just send it now?
Okay, I have the question here. So, who do you think is coming out of Hell in a Cell Women's Champion first off? We've answered that already.
We've answered that.
Yeah, and how do you feel the prospects of McGregor being fed to Roman? Ollie, you can take away on that one.
Yeah, I love Conor McGregor. I love Roman. And I would love One thing I didn't like about Conor McGregor is the fact that he talks shit about wrestling. I would love to see him come over and be fed to Roman. Give him a bit of his juice for what he said.
Yeah.
You a fan of CM Punk?
I am a fan of CM Punk.
You're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
After everything he said, you don't like Conor McGregor and what he says. Well, you like Conor McGregor, but you don't like what he says. Did you not see CM Punk's comments? This is another, what was going to turn into an argument, but Ollie somehow stopped it in our Facebook Messenger. That's CM Punk.
The Fedora Club.
We're not getting into that anyway. Yeah, but so prospects on McGregor getting fed to Roman.
Spear him in half.
God, could you imagine that? There's no way Conor McGregor's ego would let that happen.
No. Did you see Sheamus's comments towards him yesterday saying he should join the cruiserweight division?
Funny thing is, like, you can fight and everything, but he is exactly what he is, small.
Yeah.
He's a very small man. And putting him up against Roman would just look funny.
Yeah.
But as I said, his ego, there's no way he's going to want to...
It'd be another Big Show versus Floyd Mayweather, essentially. I think Connor's...
I don't think it would be that bad because all Floyd Mayweather has is, of course, his punches, which... How did that match even end against Big Show?
Didn't he like knock him out
got
with
the
brass nuts?
knuckles, yeah. And then he had all his henchmen, whatever they were, coming in to start the match. Yeah, I wouldn't say it being that bad, but you look at the likes of then Ronda Rousey as well, had her moment, and she 100% wants to come back.
Yeah.
I don't know, I could see them, they'd take him serious. It wouldn't be like the Floyd Mayweather, the build to the Floyd Mayweather fight with Big Show was actually quite good, in fairness. But the match itself wasn't. I could see McGregor, I couldn't see his ego taking a loss to Roman Reigns. The other thing is McGregor a wrestling fan? Because...
he seems to know a lot about the wrestling.
He does know a lot about it. And even... videos before he started all this shite coming out, and he was doing the Vince McMahon walk down the corridor to see that, and he's saying no chance in hell. He just seems to know a lot about it. I think he is a fan. And
one thing said about Conor McGregor is that he knows how to make money. He knows what to say and when to say it. Exactly. So it's not necessarily that he's calling out the WWE and he really feels that way. It's maybe because he wanted to make a bit of money off it.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it anyway. I don't see him...
He sees that. He's a businessman. He knows where there's money to be made. And in wrestling, there is money to be made.
More money than there is in UFC because you're only fighting.
Exactly.
Maybe not for Conor McGregor because he makes all this money.
Yeah, he makes all that money, but going to the WWE, he doesn't have to take a kick to the face. He has to take, what, 1 or 2 spears if he's facing Roman and gets an impressive paycheck.
Exactly.
Don't see why he wouldn't.
Has that answered the question?
I think that's answered the question.
There we go.
I think we went off the question, but partly answered it. It's only Duffy anyway. Be alright.
Fuck the Duff. Right. So we've answered the questions. We've run through everything for this week. We will be back next week, and I'm guessing next week will we be talking about Hell in a Cell? No, we won't, will we?
Well, we could go more in depth to the storylines after we see what happens on the Go Home show. Yeah, we will be talking about the Go Home show, so
I suppose. Yeah. So, before we go, you can get 10% off custom wrestling t-shirts at curbstopmerch.co.uk. 10% off. In fact, you need to use code #Grplgme at curbstopmerch. 10% off Slobberknocker crates at slobberknockerbox.com using code just GRPLGME. I will put them all in the description anyway. And we'll look forward to seeing you next week. Ciao.
Sweet.
Face the facts.
Oh,